The U.S. government says that it has secured the release of 135 political prisoners in Nicaragua. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said in a statement that they were released on humanitarian grounds, adding, quote, "No one should be put in jail for peacefully exercising their fundamental rights of freedom of expression, association, and practicing their religion." Those who are set to be free include Catholic laypeople and 13 members of a Texas-based religious charity. And here with reaction to the latest news out of Nicaragua is Congressman Robert Aderholt, a Republican from Alabama's 4th District. Congressman, thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it. I know you've been quite vocal about the situation in Nicaragua under the Ortega regime. What was your reaction to the news today?
Well, it was like a bolt out of the blue. It was just great to hear this. They got the news this morning. I got word from my office that the State Department had reached out to us to let us know that this was very close to happening. And it was just, I woke up this morning right before I actually made coffee. So it started to be a great day, and very thankful that this has all turned out the way it has, and a lot of prayers have been answered, no doubt.
Yeah, and I know you have a close relationship with Britt Hancock, the founder of Mountain Gateway Church. Have you talked to him yet? And what has he said about the release?
Well, he was he was the first person I called after I got the news. I felt like he has been in contact with the State Department as well during these negotiations. And so I felt like he had probably also gotten the news, but I just wanted to confirm that he had heard the news, and he had as well, but nothing was public at this point. So we were basically just sharing what we knew with each other from the State Department, but we didn't, not until anything was public could we really get really excited about it, but we felt good about it, and it was just a great way to start the morning.
Yeah, and I know this prisoner release, it didn't happen overnight. The negotiations were months in the making, and I understand that Nicaragua didn't get anything in return from the U.S. for the prisoner's release. So why do you think the Ortega regime agreed to it?
Well, I think this just really was sent a bad message that because get back to what happened here, and I think most of your listeners probably know, but this goes back into the last part of last year around December, when they were having some evangelical campaigns, meetings. Some of the churches came together, had some outdoor meetings, and people were just simply worshiping and coming together. And when I think the State Department and when members of Congress like myself, and let me just say that this was a team effort by so many members of Congress. Barry Moore, who is my colleague down in the southern part of the state, he was very supportive of this. Our senators were very supportive of this. And we came together and just called attention to it. And I think it was an embarrassment to the Nicaraguan government. And I think when they saw what was happening, and really the outrageous and egregious nature of putting people into prison simply because of them exercising their faith, I think they said we better, let these people go. They've not really done anything wrong. We don't have anything to charge them with. And so we saw the results, what we saw today.
Yeah, almost out of time, but I do want to mention this, that some Catholic lay people, as you mentioned, were also released today, but other clergy do remain detained or exiled. Congressman, what more do you think the U.S. should be doing in this instance?
Well, we just got, my understanding, these particular prisoners that were being held, and again, it was more than just pastors, you're correct. And there was some Christians that were involved there as well, that they were held. And so they are being processed in Guatemala. And I think they're being all gathered there together. And then there will be, hopefully, the Americans or those that can be given aid here by the United States. But obviously, these were people. I had worked with Britt Hancock and his wife, as you mentioned earlier, and they have been on this from the very beginning. I met him at the National Prayer Breakfast, actually back in February, and this is how this all started between us. So it's actually truly an answered prayer, because it was at the prayer breakfast that he shared this information with me back in February. And here we are in September, and we're just thankful that our prayers were answered, and these men and women are going to be freed and they're going to be reunited with their families.
Absolutely. Congressman Aderholt of Alabama, thank you so much for coming on and talking to us. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless.